All right, let's dive into something a little bit different today. We're going to the heart of Nollywood. This is exciting. This deep dive is all about King of Thieves, Agesinkole.
Yeah.
And even if you're, maybe not that familiar with Nollywood, you are going to want to hear about this movie
Oh, for sure.
because it is really making waves. So I'm excited to have you here today to talk all about it.
I'm excited to be here. This is going to be good. Even if you are, somewhat familiar with Nollywood, King of Thieves is something else.
Okay.
Yeah. It stands apart. This is a full-blown epic.
Okay.
And the review that we have really leans into that.
Okay, you said epic.
Yeah.
What makes it earn that title? What should we be picturing?
Think grand. Grand in every sense. We're talking about sweeping historical fantasy with breathtaking visuals and a story that just grabs you from the start.
Okay.
It's a movie that wants to immerse you in another world. Like, completely.
All right, I'm intrigued. So give me the rundown. Like, what's this world all about? Like, what is King of Thieves about at its heart?
So picture a kingdom called Agesinkole.
Okay.
A place where peace and prosperity reign, but this perfect picture gets shattered when this, fearsome bandit named Agesinkole enters the scene.
Ooh, okay. Conflict already. Agesinkole. I mean,
Yeah.
just the name sounds intimidating. What makes him such a threat?
Yeah, so Agesinkole isn't just some petty thief.
Right.
Right, he's like a force of nature, a
Okay.
challenge to the kingdom's existence.
Wow.
He's ruthless, and that's what makes him truly dangerous.
Okay, so how does, a kingdom facing such a powerful adversary, how do they even begin to fight back?
Yeah.
Surely they can't just rely on their regular army, right?
Right. Yeah. You need something extraordinary to combat a foe like this. So the people of Agesinkole, they rise to the challenge. They form this diverse force of warriors, hunters, even witches and wizards.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Witches and wizards. Now, that's not something I was expecting.
Yeah.
It sounds like Agesinkole has a pretty fascinating culture.
Yes.
What does that tell us about, the kingdom and its values?
It says a lot about their resourcefulness
Okay.
and their belief system.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to draw upon all of their strength, both physical and mystical, to protect their home.
Oh, wow.
It's like those epic stories where humanity unites against a common threat, bringing together, diverse abilities and perspectives.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely sets the stage for an epic showdown.
Yes.
But a story this big needs a cast that can handle it.
Absolutely.
Who are the actors bringing these characters to life?
The casting is phenomenal.
Okay.
Leading the charge as the menacing Agesinkole is Femi Adebayo, a huge name in Nollywood,
Yeah.
known for playing these really intense characters.
Right. I've seen him in a few things before, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how he tackles this role.
Oh, yeah.
What about the hero? Who's standing against this powerful antagonist?
Well, none other than Odunlade Adekola, another Nollywood giant, plays the King of Agesinkole.
Okay.
And, he brings this commanding presence, this gravitas to the role. You instantly believe that he could lead a kingdom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like we have a clash of titans on our hands here.
Absolutely.
What about the rest of the cast? Any other familiar faces that we should be on the lookout for?
Absolutely. The supporting cast is so impressive. Actors like Toyin Abraham, Ibrahim Chadha, and Lateef Adedimeji.
Right.
Yeah. And get this, even comedy stars Broda Shaggy and Mr. Macaroni are in the mix.
Wow, what?
Talk about range.
Huge lineup.
Yes.
It seems like they really pulled out all the stops for this.
They did.
Now, we've talked about this huge story,
Yeah.
amazing cast.
Mm-hmm.
What about the look and feel?
Yes.
What can you tell us about the visual side of things?
Okay, from a cinematic perspective, this film is a feast for the eyes.
Ooh.
The cinematography is breathtaking. It captures these grand landscapes, intricate costumes, and elaborate sets. It's clear that they put a lot of effort into creating a visually stunning experience.
Paint us a picture. What are some of the visuals that stand out?
So, picture vast, sweeping shots of the kingdom
Okay.
with lush greenery and traditional homesteads.
Okay.
And then contrast that with the ornate interiors of the royal palace,
Okay.
adorned with intricate carvings and rich fabrics. Every frame is like a painting, transporting you to another time and place.
It sounds spectacular.
Yes.
But it's not just about pretty pictures.
Right.
Right. How do the colors and lighting enhance the storytelling?
Absolutely.
Do they play a specific role in conveying the mood?
They use this vibrant color palette
Okay.
that reflects the richness of Yoruba culture,
Okay.
adding a layer of authenticity to the visuals.
Yeah.
And the lighting is it's masterfully employed to heighten the drama and suspense, particularly during those, intense battle sequences.
Speaking of battles, music must play a huge role too, right?
Yeah.
Especially in those action-packed moments.
Yes. The soundtrack, it's powerful.
Mm.
Composed by Adam Songbird and Tolu Obanro.
Okay.
It blends traditional Yoruba music with modern influences,
Okay.
creating a score that it perfectly complements the high-energy action and the quieter, more emotional scenes. It's a true auditory experience.
You know, I'm always fascinated by how soundtracks can really elevate a film.
Oh, for sure.
You know, a well-crafted score. It can transport you right into the heart of the story. It
Yeah.
makes you feel every beat and emotion.
Yeah.
It sounds like King of Thieves just nails this.
It does. Is
Yeah.
there anything that sets this soundtrack apart from other epic films? What makes it unique?
What's interesting here is like the way that they blend the traditional Yoruba instruments
Okay.
with like modern orchestral arrangements,
Okay.
creating this soundscape that is both familiar and fresh,
I see.
right? It enhances the epic feel while staying true to the film's cultural roots.
Okay, so we've got this huge story, this amazing cast, stunning visuals, accompanied by this powerful soundtrack.
Yeah. But what about the reception?
Yeah.
How did the world react to this cinematic masterpiece?
Well, the premiere itself was a grand affair, held at IMAX Cinemas in Lagos.
Wow. Nice.
It was a star-studded event.
Okay.
Attendees were dressed to the nines in traditional outfits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a celebratory atmosphere.
I bet that was amazing to see.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like a true celebration of Nollywood in Yoruba culture.
It was.
What about wider release? How did critics and audiences receive it?
The response was overwhelmingly positive.
That's great.
King of Thieves garnered rave reviews from both critics and audiences alike, solidifying its status as a major cinematic achievement. People were just captivated by the story, the visuals, the powerful performances.
That's so great. It's always good to see a film resonate with such a broad audience.
Yes.
Did any major figures in Nollywood attend screenings?
Oh, yeah.
Like, was there a sense of industry support for this film?
Yeah, so prominent Nollywood figures like Tade Ogedan, Tunde Kalani, Yabo Oho, Antrolanian, and Mercy Egbe
Wow, okay.
were all spotted at various screenings, demonstrating a strong sense of solidarity and support.
It's always so heartening to see the industry really rally behind a project like this.
Yes.
What about awards?
Yeah.
Did King of Thieves receive any recognition for its achievements?
It did. The film was nominated for multiple awards at the prestigious Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards, including Best Actor in a Drama, Best Picture Editor, Best Soundtrack, Best Makeup, Best Writer, Best Overall Movie, and Best Director.
Oh.
Yeah. And to top it all off, it snagged the award for Best Art Director.
That's amazing. It's wonderful to see, you know, the artistry, especially those visual elements, recognized on such a huge platform.
Absolutely.
What does this specific award tell us about the film? Like, why is the Best Art Director award so significant?
What's interesting about the Best Art Director award is that it recognizes the film's meticulous attention to detail in creating a believable and immersive world. It highlights the efforts of the production designers, the set decorators, the costume designers, who worked tirelessly to bring the vision to life. Mm-hmm. It's a testament to the collaborative effort behind the scenes.
It sounds like a visual masterpiece.
It is.
But, you know, beyond those accolades, what do you think makes this film stand out? Even within, you know, the vast landscape of Nollywood, why should people be excited about this?
What makes King of Thieves so special is its ability to blend cultural depth, action-packed storytelling, and stunning visuals into a truly unforgettable experience. It's a film that transports you to another world while simultaneously exploring these like universal themes of courage, resilience, the power of unity.
You've definitely piqued my interest.
Yep.
It seems like, you know, King of Thieves has something to offer everyone, regardless of their, you know, familiarity with Nollywood or Yoruba culture.
Yes.
I'm curious, the review mentions epic several times. What does that really mean in the context of this film?
That's a good question.
Is it just the scale? Or is there something more to it?
It seems like the review is hinting at a deeper meaning behind that word epic. Perhaps suggesting that it touches upon these grand themes and ideas that resonate on a like universal level. Yeah. It's definitely worth digging into.
All right, I'm hooked. You've got a lot more to unpack here. So we were just talking about the epic scale of King of Thieves.
Yes.
And you mentioned like a deeper meaning behind that word.
Right.
I'm curious to explore that further.
It's definitely worth unpacking.
Yeah.
And the review gives us a good starting point.
Okay.
You see, it's not just throwing around the word epic for the sake of spectacle, right?
Right.
It seems deeply rooted in Yoruba mythology,
Okay.
using those familiar elements to tell a story that resonates on a grander scale.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But for those of us who aren't, well-versed in Yoruba mythology, could you break down what that means?
Of course.
What are some of the key things to understand?
So Yoruba mythology, it's incredibly rich and complex, with a pantheon of deities known as orishas. Each orisha represents different aspects of life and nature, playing a significant role in Yoruba spiritual beliefs.
Okay.
The mythology is full of stories about destiny, fate, and the battle between good and evil.
Wow. Okay.
Which are concepts that are central to understanding the Yoruba worldview.
So how does this mythology manifest in the film?
Yeah.
Are we talking about literal gods and goddesses appearing?
No, not really.
Huh.
It's not about seeing the Orishas walking around.
Right.
It's more about the underlying themes and ideas that connect the film to this rich mythological tapestry.
Right.
For example, the conflict between Agesinkole and the kingdom of Ajeromi can be seen as a reflection of the eternal struggle between good and evil.
I see.
Which is a concept deeply embedded in Yoruba cosmology.
So it's like the filmmakers have kind of woven these elements into the story,
Yes.
adding a layer of depth and meaning that might not be immediately apparent, but enriches the story in a whole new way.
Exactly. It's like they're using these familiar tropes of epic storytelling to explore these profound cultural and spiritual ideas.
Right.
Making it more than just an action-packed adventure. It becomes a cultural exploration, a window into Yoruba beliefs.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about a movie.
Right.
We're delving into a cultural phenomenon here.
Yeah.
You mentioned strategic battles between good and evil.
Yes.
What does that look like in the film? Is it all physical? Or is there a deeper strategic element at play?
It's definitely more nuanced than just, swords and sorcery.
Right.
The real battle is for the soul of the kingdom.
Oh, wow.
It's a clash of ideologies.
I see.
Agesinkole represents chaos, disruption,
Mm-hmm.
while the people of Ajeromi stand for unity, tradition, resilience.
Yeah.
Their fight is as much about, preserving their way of life as it is about defeating a physical enemy.
It's a really interesting perspective.
Yeah.
It elevates the conflict.
Yes.
Beyond just a simple good versus evil narrative.
Right.
It adds layers of complexity to the characters, their motivations. But what about the strategies employed by both sides?
Right.
Are there does the review mention any clever tactics or surprising alliances?
The review kind of keeps those details under wraps.
Okay.
But it does hint at, both Agesinkole and the kingdom being incredibly resourceful in their fight.
Right.
It seems like we're in for some surprises in terms of, how the conflict unfolds.
Oh, okay.
The film stays true to the idea of unity,
Okay.
showing how the people of Ajeromi come together, putting aside their differences to protect their home.
It's fascinating how it manages to be both a, uniquely Yoruba story
Yeah.
and something that, resonates with these universal human experiences, like those classic epic tales that have, captivated audiences for centuries.
Right.
What do you think it is about those stories?
Yeah.
Heroes and villains, good versus evil, that continues to draw us in?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think, for one, these stories offer a sense of escapism.
Okay.
They transport us to, different worlds
Right.
filled with adventure and excitement, allowing us to step outside of our everyday lives.
It's like stepping into a living, breathing myth.
Exactly. But beyond escapism, I think these stories tap into something deeper within us.
Okay.
We're drawn to tales of courage, resilience, the triumph of good over evil, because they speak to our own hopes and fears.
Right.
Our desire for a world where justice prevails.
In a world that often feels very chaotic and uncertain,
Yeah,
it's comforting to see those themes play out,
I agree.
even in a fictional setting.
Absolutely.
It reminds us of,
Yeah.
the power of hope,
Yeah.
the importance of fighting for what's right.
Absolutely.
And King of Thieves, it seems to do a really fantastic job of tapping into those desires while grounding the story in this, specific cultural context.
Yes. It celebrates Yoruba heritage and storytelling while presenting a narrative that transcends cultural boundaries.
Right.
speaking to these like shared human experiences.
It's really striking how it achieves that balance.
Yeah.
Being both deeply rooted and universally appealing.
Yes.
But, bringing it back to the specific deep dive.
Right.
What would you say are the key takeaways for viewers?
Yeah.
What do you hope people will gain from watching King of Thieves?
Well, first and foremost, I hope they'll be entertained.
Of course.
But, beyond that, I think King of Thieves offers a really valuable opportunity to learn about another culture.
Right.
To appreciate the richness and diversity of Yoruba storytelling.
Yeah.
And to, see the world through a different lens.
It's like expanding our understanding of what epic storytelling can be.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Recognizing that these grand narratives exist in cultures all over the world.
Absolutely.
With their own unique, flavor and perspective.
Exactly. And perhaps, even more importantly, it reminds us that even in stories that seem far removed from our own experiences,
right,
there are these universal truths that bind us together as human beings. It celebrates both our shared humanity and the beauty of our differences.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
Thank you.
And it ties back to that concept of unity we were talking about.
Yeah.
But, let's not forget, King of Thieves is also a visually stunning film.
It is.
We talked about the cinematography.
Right.
But I'm curious about the specific, techniques used to create such a captivating look.
Yeah.
What did the review highlight?
The review emphasized, the blend of traditional and modern techniques.
Okay.
Used to capture the scale of the story. They utilized drone shots.
Okay.
To capture these breathtaking wide-angle views of the kingdom.
Right.
Giving viewers a sense of the vastness
yeah.
and grandeur of this world.
Drone technology has certainly revolutionized filmmaking.
It is.
Allowing directors to capture shots that would have been impossible before.
Oh, yeah.
What about the more intimate moments? How did they approach filming those?
It seems like they didn't just rely on, sweeping vistas.
Okay.
The review mentions, the use of handheld camera work during those action sequences.
Okay.
Bringing this sense of, immediacy and intensity to those scenes.
Yeah.
You're right there in the middle of the battle, experiencing the chaos.
Right.
And the adrenaline alongside the characters.
It sounds like a truly immersive experience.
Oh, it is.
What about the costumes and set design?
Yes.
I mean, those elements play a huge role in transporting us to another world.
Absolutely.
What stood out to you from the review?
The review was particularly impressed by, the detail and craftsmanship of the costumes.
Okay.
They highlight the intricate designs, reflecting the, richness of Yoruba fashion and tradition.
Yeah.
They weren't just, thrown together.
Right.
These were carefully crafted works of art that add another layer of authenticity.
It's that attention to detail that elevates it from just spectacle to a truly immersive experience.
It does.
It sounds like King of Thieves doesn't skimp on any of those details.
No.
Creating a world that feels fantastical but also believable.
Yeah. Yeah, they even highlight the set design, mentioning how the filmmakers went to, great lengths to create these authentic-looking environments.
It's truly impressive.
It is.
How much care and effort went into, creating this world.
Yes.
We've been talking about battles and mythology and epic themes.
Yeah.
Is there any room for romance in a film like this?
It seems there is.
Okay.
Their review mentions a love story.
Okay.
Unfolding amidst the chaos.
Oh, that's intriguing.
Yeah.
I'm always a sucker for a good love story.
Me too.
How does that fit into a story, about an epic battle?
Right.
What kind of themes does it explore?
That's where it gets interesting, right?
Okay.
The review suggests this isn't just a frivolous side plot.
Right.
It explores these themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and the the power of love to overcome any obstacle.
It sounds like it adds a whole other dimension to the film.
It does.
Reminding us that even amid these epic battles and grand adventures,
Right.
there's always room for, human connection, the power of love.
Absolutely.
But with action, adventure, romance, cultural exploration, is there anything this film doesn't have?
You're right. It seems like it really does offer a comprehensive cinematic experience. Yeah. Right. It blends genres, themes, visual styles to create something truly unique and captivating.
Okay, I'm completely sold. This movie is officially at the top of my must-watch list.
Awesome.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I have to ask, what was the most surprising or unexpected thing you learned from the review?
What surprised me the most was the level of detail that went into every aspect of the production.
Okay.
It's clear that the filmmakers didn't just want to create a visually stunning film.
Yes.
They wanted to create like an experience that would transport viewers to another world, immersing them in the sights, the sounds, the emotions of this epic tale.
It's that attention to detail that elevates it to a work of art.
Absolutely.
And it sounds like King of Thieves is a testament to the talent and dedication of everyone involved.
Absolutely. And it speaks to the growing ambition and artistry of Nollywood filmmakers.
Right.
They're not just telling stories, they're crafting immersive worlds.
Right.
Experiences that like rival anything coming out of Hollywood.
So for anyone listening who's now as eager as I am to see King of Thieves,
right,
where can they find it?
The review mentioned that it was released internationally.
Okay.
So it should be available on, various streaming platforms. You might even get lucky and catch it in theaters.
Well, there you have it, folks. King of Thieves sounds like a cinematic experience you don't want to miss.
You don't.
It's a thrilling adventure, a cultural deep dive, a visual feast, and just a testament to the power of storytelling.
It's a film that invites you to, like, step into another world, experience the magic of Yoruba mythology and storytelling.
Right.
And to witness this epic clash between good and evil.
Yeah.
All while reminding us of the importance of, unity, resilience, and the enduring power of love.
With that, we will conclude this part of our deep dive into King of Thieves.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground, but there's still so much more to explore.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the final part.
Yes.
Where we'll delve even deeper into the cultural and historical significance
Can't wait.
of this remarkable film. Welcome back. We've been on quite a journey with King of Thieves.
Yes, we have.
Exploring this epic story.
Yeah.
Those stunning visuals.
The cultural influences.
Yeah, and now we actually get to hear from the mastermind behind it all.
That's right. We're so excited to have the director, Adebayo Tijani, join us for this final part of our deep dive.
Welcome to the deep dive, Adebayo.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's an honor to have you.
Yeah, to delve deeper into King of Thieves with you both.
Yes.
So, Adebayo, we have spent the last hour absolutely captivated by your film.
Well, thank you.
The story, the visuals, the music, the cast. I mean, everything comes together so beautifully.
Thank you.
But we want to hear from you.
Okay.
What was your initial vision for this project? What message did you want to share with audiences?
From the very beginning, my vision for King of Thieves was to create a film that celebrated Yoruba culture, our rich storytelling tradition. But I didn't want it to be limited to just, a Nigerian audience. I wanted to share the story with the world, to showcase the beauty of our heritage, the power of our narratives.
And you definitely achieved that.
Thank you.
I mean, you've managed to weave together elements of history, mythology, and fantasy in such a seamless and engaging way.
Yes. Yeah.
But I imagine a project of this scale wasn't without its challenges.
Of course.
What were some of the hurdles you faced in bringing this vision to life?
I think one of the biggest challenges was finding that delicate balance, right, between historical accuracy and creative license.
Right.
We wanted to be respectful of the past, of the historical context, but we also needed the freedom to create a compelling and entertaining story.
Of course.
It was about finding that sweet spot where history and imagination could coexist.
And I can imagine that was a tricky tightrope to walk.
It was.
But the film handles it beautifully.
Thank you.
You mentioned earlier kind of the visual spectacle.
Yes.
Which is just undeniably impressive.
Thank you.
But those elaborate battle scenes, the costumes.
Yes.
The massive sets. This doesn't just happen overnight.
No, it
What were some of those logistical challenges of creating a production of this magnitude?
Logistically, it was definitely a massive, massive undertaking.
I can imagine.
We had a large cast and crew, and we were filming on location in some fairly remote areas. There were times when the sheer scale of the production felt overwhelming.
Wow.
But, everyone involved was so passionate about the project that we found a way to overcome those obstacles. It was truly a team effort.
That passion is definitely evident in the final product.
Oh, thank you.
It's clear that everyone involved poured their heart and soul into it.
Yes, they did.
Speaking of passion, let's talk about that incredible cast.
Yes.
I mean, Femi Adebayo as Agesinkole.
Yes.
Odunlade Adekola as the king.
Powerful.
What a dynamic duo. What was it about these actors that made them the perfect fit?
Casting is so crucial.
Yeah.
And for these roles, I needed actors who could embody the strength, the charisma, the complexity of these characters. Both Femi and Odunlade, they're they're incredibly talented actors.
Yeah.
With a deep understanding of Yoruba culture.
Right.
You know, they brought so much nuance to their performances.
Right.
And the chemistry between them is electric. It was a joy to watch them bring these characters to life.
And what about the rest of the cast? I mean, the film features such a talented ensemble.
Yes.
Including some, unexpected faces like Broda Shaggy and Mr. Macaroni.
Yes. Yeah.
What was your approach to, assembling such a diverse and talented group of actors?
I wanted to create a cast that reflected the diversity of Yoruba society, showcasing, both seasoned veterans, rising stars, dramatic actors, comedic performers. Everyone brought their, unique talents and perspectives to the project.
Yeah.
And it was incredible to see them all come together to create something truly special.
There's this really powerful message about unity and resilience that runs throughout the film.
Yes.
The people of Ajeromi face this incredible threat, but they come together to defend their home and their way of life.
Yes.
Was that a conscious theme you wanted to explore, or did it kind of emerge organically from the story?
It was definitely a theme that was close to my heart. I believe that unity is essential, especially in times of adversity.
Right.
When we work together, regardless of our differences, we can achieve great things.
Right.
And I think that message resonates with audiences on a deep level.
Yeah.
Especially in today's world where division and conflict seem to be everywhere.
King of Thieves really does remind us that we're stronger together.
We are.
And the response to the film, both in Nigeria and internationally, has been so overwhelmingly positive.
Yes, it has. Thank you.
What has it been like to witness that global embrace of your work? To see it resonate with audiences from different cultures?
It's been incredibly humbling and gratifying.
Yeah.
As a filmmaker, you always hope that your work will connect with people.
Right.
That it will move them, inspire them, make them think. But the response to King of Thieves it's surpassed my wildest dreams. It's a testament to the power of storytelling.
It is.
And it reinforces my belief that stories have the ability to transcend borders and connect us on a human level.
Beautifully said, Adebayo.
Thank you.
It's been a true privilege to have you join us for this deep dive.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing your insights.
It's my pleasure.
And for creating such a powerful and memorable film.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And to our listeners, if you haven't seen King of Thieves yet,
run,
don't walk.
Run, don't walk.
To a nearest streaming service or theater. It's an experience you won't forget.
It's a film that transports you to another world, immerses you in this rich culture.
Yes.
Reminds us of the power of unity, resilience.
Yes.
And the magic of storytelling.
King of Thieves is a true gem.
Yeah.
And we highly recommend diving into this epic adventure.
And with that, we'll wrap up our deep dive into King of Thieves. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the heart of Nollywood, and we'll be back soon with another fascinating topic to explore. Until then, keep diving.